everyone. I hope everyone's having a great day today. Today we're gonna do makeup under $25. That's all absolutely fantastic. And it's what I have on my face right now. I did not use anything. None of the products are over $25. Most of them were bought at either Target or Ulta or CVS. Yeah, Target, Ulta, or CVS. I'm sure you can find them in other places as well. Those are just 3 places that I shop that are relatively close to me. And I will go through all of the products and I will give you the price points for them. I didn't film me putting on the makeup. There's actually quite a few products here and I figured that would take a really long time. And maybe one day when we do a get ready with me or something, I can do that. But for today, we're just gonna go through the products and I'll tell you a little bit about them. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So first, the foundation that I'm using is the CoverGirl and Olay Simple Ageless Foundation. This is relatively new, so I've only been using it for a couple of days, but I really, really like it. I'm in the shade Ivory, which I believe is the lightest shade. I think it might be a little light for me. I think I could go up a little bit, but it's hard to tell when you're looking in store, unless you have a place like Ulta where they have samples and you can try it out. I got this one at, I think at CVS. Yeah, I got it at CVS. So I couldn't try out the foundation before I bought it. It's not super inexpensive. It's pretty reasonably priced though. It is $18, at least I paid $18 for it. So I didn't want to buy like a whole bunch of them, but I think the Ivory is a pretty decent match for my color. But again, it is the lightest shade that they have. And it's a nice skin-like finish. It's pretty light. It has hyaluronic complex in it so that it's good for more mature skin, which is why they're calling it the Simply Ageless. I think it is meant to cater to the over 40 crowd, and their ads show that as well. So I really, that's why I went out and purchased it. I think it works really well and I really like it. A tried and true foundation that's under $25 is the NYX Born to Glow, and I'll show you what that looks like. It's in like a squeezy tube. It's $10 and I wear that in the shade Vanilla. That has more of a glowy, radiant finish and it's great. I've used that for a long time and I absolutely love it. So those are 2 foundations I think would be really good for anyone who has more mature skin, a little bit more lines, discoloration, needs something a little bit more hydrating. If you're very, very oily, these might not work for you. You know, you'd have to check them out for yourselves, but I think they do cater towards more dry complexions. So second is the blush that I have on. It is the Glossier Cloud Paint. I have it in Dusk, and if you haven't used Glossier, they're really awesome. They come in a whole bunch of different colors. It is $18. It's just a little squeezy tube. You just pat it on your cheeks and rub it in. Works really well. Dusk is sort of the lightest, I think it's the lightest shade that they have in the cloud paint for the cheeks. It's just a nice creamy peachy pink color. It's really pretty. They have brighter ones if you're looking for more of a pop, but they're great and you can carry them with you. The concealer that I'm using is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser in 110 Fair. And I've been using that for quite some time. Actually, I really like that concealer. I use it all the time. And I think it compares really, really well to any of the high-end concealers that I use. And I would recommend that to anyone. And again, it's $8. So it's really reasonably priced. Then I'll go on to the contour. I did 2 things actually. One is a contour stick by Wet n Wild. And it is the Baton de Maquillage in 804A, and it was $4.50. It's just a stick, and if you can see that, it's got a nice bronzy color. They had different shades. This was the one that I thought would work best for me. Just use it in my contour lines, down my nose, really quick and easy to use. And then on top of that, for the bronzer, I used the Revlon Skinlights in 110. That was the bronzer that I've used all over my face. That was $11. So again, these are all pretty reasonably priced, worked extremely well. I felt like it gave me an excellent contour and was really easy to use, great color. I think there were 3 shades. This was the lightest, if I recall, but yeah, it worked really, really well. Next is the highlighter, which I think is honestly like one of my favorite new items. It's the CoverGirl Trublend Super Stunner palette. It's $18, and this one is in the color It's Lit, and it says for fair, light skin tones. It is gorgeous. There are 3 shades in it, as you saw. One is like a yellow. The one in the middle has more of a peachy color, and then the one on the right has like a pink tone. I'm using the one in the middle, which is more of the peachy tone. It's great. It looks fantastic. It's an excellent highlighter. It went on really, really easily. Gave a great highlight. It looks beautiful. I've only used it for a couple of days, but I love it. I'm stunned. Funny. Super stunner. And again, it's $18, so it's extremely well priced. There's another one that I've used much, much longer that I do like, which is the Wet n Wild. This is the same kind of stick as the contour, and it's called the Illuminator, and it's in color 800, and that works just like the contour stick. You know, it goes on, it's a really nice highlighter. If you're looking for a stick instead of a powder, maybe that's a better option for you. Either way, I mean, both of them work really, really well. And that one, again, is like $4 or $5 depending on where you find it. So let's move on to eyeshadow. The look that I have on today, relatively simple. I used 3 different shades. I didn't want to go into too much because we weren't really doing an eye look. Maybelline's Nudes of New York. And this is $12, which is a really, really reasonable price when you get all of these colors. It does not have a mirror. The colors that I use on my eyes today, I have Fighter on my lids. I have, this is Fighter, this like orangey shimmer. I have Artist up on my upper, towards my brow, and then I have Self Starter. It's like a cool brown is the best way to describe it. In the crease and then like sort of along the bottom. It's a really great palette. I've used it for a while and I've done a lot of different looks with it. It really is an excellent palette. It has, it's creamy, it goes on well, it has good lasting power. It's a beautiful palette. It's got great mattes, great shimmers, and it's very neutral, so you can just bring it along with you everywhere and use it pretty much with anything, which I really, really enjoy. Next, eyeliner. And this is actually one of my favorite eyeliners, period. Doesn't matter if it's under $25 or not. This is a great eyeliner. They call it the Eye Pencil. This is by Pixie. And this one is, I'm trying to find, here we go. So it is the Pixie Endless Silky Eye Pen. It is $12. This one is Bronze Beam. It has a very bronzy, brown, shiny color. It's gorgeous. It slides on. I mean, literally, it's one of my favorite eye pencils. It's really easy to use. It's really easy to smudge out. It comes in lots of different colors. It's a great eye pencil, regardless of the price. This is 12 bucks. You know, it could be $50 and I would still buy it. It's really that good. It's an excellent eye pencil. And I have it in like 6 colors, so it is awesome. On my brows, I actually found something that is a little bit of, I think, a dupe for the ABH, and it's the Arches and Halos Professional Brow. And I have it in Auburn, and it's made by Tonya Crooks. And it's $13. And there's also a tinted, oh, that was backwards. This is this one. And then this is the tinted brow mousse that comes with it. both in Auburn. So what I did is I went in with the pencil on my brows, and then I went back over it with the tinted mousse, which has like a fiber building. It's got a very, very tiny brush that I'll show you. Hopefully this will come up on camera. It's really, really tiny, which for me works really well because I don't have super full brows anymore. I used to. I tweezed them off. But when I'm trying to build up my brows, if the brush is too thick, it just gets everywhere and I end up taking half of it off my skin. This is so tiny that you can just kind of get in there and build up your brows. It works extremely well, and the Auburn color is awesome. I have a very difficult time because of the color of my hair. It's not a strawberry blonde and it's not brown. It's Auburn. So there aren't too many brands that do an Auburn color that really works. This one works really well. ABH is the one that I've been using for years, and it's my go-to, but this is awesome and it works, I think, as well. The shading pencil is $13 and the brow mousse is $13. So both really good price points, I think. The lip liner is an oldie but goodie. This is the MAC Spice Liner. And I say that because if you were around back in the 90s, this was extremely popular, the Spice Liner. I think it's still popular. It's a really good neutral. It just kind of goes with everything. The MAC lip liners are a little drier. They're not as creamy as like the Chanel or the Sisley that I use, but they work really well. They have great staying power. I mean, there's so many colors that they have. If you cannot find the color that you like in a MAC pencil, you probably can't find it anywhere because they have so many different shades. And it does work really well for me. I do use a lip salve before it and then put it on. When my lips are really dry, it pulls a little bit. But I've been using the Spice lip liner literally for 20 years, and so I obviously like it, and I think the color works really well for me. And then on top of it, the lip gloss is, again, oldie but goodie. It's the MAC Lip Glass, which is still one of my favorite lip glosses. I love MAC Lip Glass. This is a well-loved one. This is my favorite color, and it's Purr, P-R-R-R. And when you look at it, it looks like a very pinky, like, not Barbie pink, but definitely pink, and I'm not a pink girl, but it looks really good on the lips. It gives an excellent shine. It works really well for me with my skin color because I'm so pale. With the Spice Liner, it's a good neutral look, but it gives a little bit of a pop, and it's just really pretty. It's not too sticky either. I have some lip glosses that I love, but they're very, very sticky. This one, it's got a little bit of stick, but not a lot. And I find that the lip glosses are actually, I like a number of them. I have probably 15 of them, so various colors, and you know, they're a good lip gloss. They're not the best lip gloss I have, but they wear really well. They stay on a pretty decent amount of time for a gloss. They come in a lot of colors, and I don't think they're too sticky, so I think it's a really good option. The lip glass is $18, and the pencil, which I'm sure I put down somewhere, right? You would think I would have. I did. It's $18. So again, lip liner is the MAC Spice is the color, $18, and the lip glass is $18 in Purr. And so those are the lip products that I used. And then the powder is actually e.l.f. and it's the Halo Glow Setting Powder. And it is $8. I got it in the color light. I believe that's the lightest color. I'll be honest, I don't absolutely know that, but I think it's the lightest color. And it gave a really nice, it's a good setting powder. I like some of my other setting powders a little better. I think they give a little bit more of a glow. This one doesn't as much. I think it's more, it's certainly not matte, but I wouldn't say, you know, they call it Halo Glow. I wouldn't call it like glow. I think it's just, it's a nice setting powder, and I think it looks pretty. It's worked well. It doesn't settle into my lines after several hours. It blended well when I took my brush and kind of blended out my highlighter and bronzer. So I think it's a good powder, especially for the price. I think that's for $8. That's extremely reasonable. The one thing I'll say about it, it has this weird when you open it up, and I don't want to spill it everywhere, but it's got this weird like divider thing in it. It just makes kind of a mess. So what I end up doing is I just put the powder in the lid and put my brush in there and then just tap off the excess. The divider thing just, I don't like it. I don't think it really works very well, but maybe it works for some of you. For me, it just makes things messy. Last but not least is mascara. This is actually my favorite mascara of all mascaras. More than the Chantecaille or the Chanel or Tom Ford or anyone. I've been using this, again, it feels like it can't be 20 years, but I think it has been 20 years. It's the L'Oreal Voluminous Mascara. This one is in Carbon Black. It comes in different colors. It comes in black, it comes in brown. It's usually $7 or $8. And for me anyway, it gives my lashes exactly what I'm looking for. Volume, some length. It's not too sticky, you know, my lashes don't stick too much together. It's not too clumpy. It doesn't irritate my lashes. It's not drying, and it's $8. So it's a win-win-win. And I've been using it for so long, and I love it. It really is it is the mascara that I use, that I reach for before all others. So I think that says it right there. And last but not least, my hair. So my hair is not naturally straight. It is not naturally curly. It has this sort of wave thing going on. And so if I just put a little mousse in my hair and diffuse it and then just let it air dry, this is what I get. So on the days that you see that it looks all like nice and smooth, and that is a blowout. This is what my hair would look like naturally if I just let it air dry. And some days I do. It's just that I have a lot of hair, and it kind of reminds me, and I can't think of her name right now, is the Pixar movie. I think it's like Merida or something, the Irish girl with the red hair. It gets huge. And if there's any humidity in the air, it really gets huge. So I tend not to just let it air dry like this, but today I thought it would be a little bit different, and why not? So with that, that is all of the makeup that I have on my face today. They're all under $25 and they're all excellent products. I would not come on the channel and recommend anything to you that I didn't think was worth it. There aren't, I will admit, for me, a lot of products under $25 that work for me. There are many, but they're not as many as I see in the higher price points. That I think is changing though, like especially with this CoverGirl Simply Ageless. I haven't tried the other things in that line. That is a really new line, and I think some of the less expensive, maybe drugstore, if you want to call them drugstore, brands are now realizing that there's a market for those of us who are over 40, who still want to look great, who still want products that, you know, work on their skin, and maybe need some different ingredients, and might even be a little bit more expensive. Like I said, I think that one was like $18, just a little more than maybe a standard drugstore foundation, but compared to, let's say, like a Tom Ford, which could be $150, if this works really well, maybe it's not as good. Maybe it is. I'm not comparing. I'm just saying, still, it's such a reasonable price point, and you can just go to your local drugstore and pick it up, and it works, and it's hydrating, and it doesn't, you know, accentuate your lines. That's fantastic. I'm disappointed that it's taken brands so long to realize that people over 40 still want to look good and still count and still buy beauty products, but at least they're finally coming around, so that's a good thing. So with that, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any comments, please put them below. If there are products under $25 that, or any other price point that you love and you'd like others to know about, please put them in the comments below. I'd love to hear about it. And if there are videos you want me to do in the future, certainly let me know. Like and subscribe if you would, because it does help grow my channel. And with that, I hope to see you again really soon. Thanks. Bye.